What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dope Randy, back at it again with the second race of my new Finchel in the Truck series. This time we're going to go to Texas. I didn't get to do qualifying. I'll tell you why in just a second. But, we're going to start next to last in P18 as we barely made it to the track, just in time for the race to start. Again, I'll tell you why. But we feel like we have a pretty good truck tonight. The Mike Holman Racing Chevy Silverado. And I like Texas, and after the last race at Daytona, we kind of need a little bit of a bounce back, because the point system is like the old point system where wins doesn't lock anybody in. You have to be consistent to make the playoffs with just the top 10. As you can see, we start out the race back in 18th, and then I don't know what that was. That was just stupidity on someone's part in the back of the pack. As this is why you don't start in the back. This is why I hate starting in the back, because stupid stuff like this occurs. So 17th place. Again, the good thing is that there's no stage points. So yeah. But as you can see, we're catching Strauss in the 13 truck, as Rebel Kush has a little bit of excursion, slows down, and we're going to catch up to those two. So since that, and then all of a sudden, hello, there's a huge crash that happens. I see 1, 2, Rebel does not see me. 3, 4, 5, and then Jay Miller's going to clip the apron. 6, 7. Is that all we're going to get? I think that's all we're going to get. Am I going to catch Cowboys in time? I don't think so, boss. No. But talk about a change in momentum. There must have been a huge pileup, because we just passed 7 trucks within a half a lap, and we go from 16th and struggling to 9th as Cowboys just push us up the track, and that allows me to get around him for 8th. So we're in 8th place, just chilling, having a good time, which I find amazing. After everything that happened to us before the race, and then the first couple of laps in the race, going from 17th and crashed up to 8th, even though we're not going to get the stage win or anything like that, we have positioned ourselves quite nicely for the second stage, if we can hold it. Now, while we have some dead time, because, I don't think Jay Miller's gonna. I think he's just gonna contend about being in 9th and wait for the second stage, and we're too far ahead and we're too far behind to catch 7th and 6th. So I'm gonna talk about the state of our team for a second. So I said our plan was to compete for a truck championship, and that's still the goal. I still want to do all the races, but boy, is it tough. We can't do these races without sponsorships. And at the last second, you see on the bed of the truck, you see Horizon. They came on board at the last second. We had an unsponsored 74 truck, literally just waiting to be raced on and raced at. But we couldn't get down to the track because we didn't have enough money from our shop in North Carolina to get down to Texas. And Horizon scrambled to sponsor us at the last second. But we did have to miss qualifying because of sponsorship problems and our very tight budget. We don't have that much of a budget at all at Mike Holman Racing. It's just guys wanting to win, and that's what it's all about. And through will and determination, we got that done. As you can see, there was another crash that happens on the final lap of Stage 1, presented by Credit One Bank. #cheap plug. It involves the 8 truck, and I am now up to 7th place. And J Miller gets around him for 8th as well. So we're going to finish this stage, sponsored by Powerade, #cheap plug, in P7. And I was getting a little nervous because I really did want to start this race. I mean, I really did want to I did want to start the second stage on the outside line. Because if you know, I know we didn't get to see it because we got freight trained. No, because we got killed by stupidity. But the outside does not get going at all at this track. And the inside is king. So you really want to be on the inside. Again, no one pits as it's fixed. It's fixed setups. And we go back to green. Stage 2 is live. And like I was just talking about, the inside line gets a great launch and a great angle for this restart. As we're just going to get around Trilogy for 6th. We're going to get around Spank for 5th. We're going to get around Major for 4th. And then they go 3 wide. Or almost went 3 wide, but they didn't. I'm just following in the inside. Now they go 3 wide for the lead. And then KY hits the 18, and that sets up a huge chain reaction. Right place, right time. And look at the new leader. It is your boy, Randy Durham, 23. As a 3 wide happened, and it was 18 was Luke, and Sharp, and then KY on the top. I think KY came down on Luke just a skosh, and that just caused a chain reaction, but Luke hit Sharp, and that caused the pile up, and I was just at the right place, right time. But as you can see, Spank is not really patient, as he just bumps me out of the way in turn 1, forcing me on the high side. And I'm like, this is stage 2. Not even halfway to stage 2, so I'm just gonna let you have it. Have your fun in the shade or in the night. I also do the same to Jay Miller in that 33. And so now at this point, I really just wanted to be up there. I didn't want to get killed or anything like poor Luke and Sharp did. And so now I really just want to see what the truck can do. Because like I said, because of the sponsorship and the tight budget, we didn't get to practice either. So we were just going off feel and assumption from last season's race. So, yeah, we're pretty much figuring out this truck. I'm pretty much figuring out this truck on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. And so, also I wanted to preserve the tiles too, because you can't change them in the race, or you get a huge penalty, and all your points will be null and void. So, I'm not trying to pass. I'm not trying to do anything at this point, as we got 3 laps to go in stage 2. But I mean, I'm just trying to get to stage 3. As Spank hits the wall and Jay Miller finds a hole, but then he just got killed by that 41 truck. Fortunately, he does not crash, as he just loses about a second to us. And now with 2 laps to go, I'm pretty much going to use this as a trial run to see what I can do all by myself with the solo. As I feel like I've got a fast Horizon Chevy Silverado, as Spank kind of gives me the chop block. As we're coming to 1 lap to go in stage 2, presented by Coca-Cola. Hashtag cheap plug. Again, sponsor me if you'd like to, if you're hearing this. That'd be nice. But, as you can see, I just didn't get the run needed off turn 1 to do anything. And so now I'm thinking about stage 3 at this point. And the inside line is king. And I'm going to try to let DJ Craze get the spot. But he pulls a little slide trick at the last second. Like I just slammed on the brakes. I slammed on the brakes. And I was trying to let DJ Craze get around me for second place so I can have that in the inside line. But he knew what I was doing. So he just slammed on the brakes total. And that's going to allow me to get P2. It's going to allow me to get P2 on this state at the end of the stage. Pretty good. Again, starting from next to last in 18th. So here was stage 3, the money stage, if you will. My goal is just to get down to the bottom of the track as soon as possible and try not to get freight trained bad. As DJ Craze gets around me for second. We're going to go 3 wide in turn 1, and I just said forget this, and I'm backing out of all of that. I did not want any of that smoke at that point. I'm back to 6th. Those D's. He gets around me for 6th. I'm still on the outside. And then there goes Shorp, who got killed in the grass in stage 2 last time I saw him. He gets around me for 7th. Mega gets around me for 8th. We're going to go 3 wide for God knows why. And then there's contact. And Shorp has to have evasive action. And then KY just, I don't know, what was that? We have contact and Strauss is in the fence. I'm still on the outside line. Finally, I get down. But I lose 7 spots in the process. As D's just, I don't know what that was. And then I get bounced. And then, that was almost a moment. But we saved it. Again, the draft in these trucks are incredibly telling. Like, the draft can just pull you up all the way to the next line possible. And it's just crazy. Because in real life, the draft doesn't have that much an effect. But it's alright. As we're just going to survive as contact is made between Cowboys and J Miller for 5th, and then I give Cowboys a break as he does the crossover for 5th, and then J Miller slams the door on him. And Cowboys is in the grass as that 16 truck of Sharp is just on my ass. As at this point, I'm just trying to figure out a plan to win this race. As J Miller gets caught out of line, Cowboys is going to get around him. I'm going to get around him. Sharp is going to get around him, and he's going to fall back to 8th. And then the next truck to get booted out of the line would be Ovalt, aka DJ Craze, in that Ford truck. But he wheels it to remain in 4th place. I have no idea who's winning at this point. I'm just focusing on the next truck in line. I'm finally going to run on Cowboys, and I'm just going to slip down to the bottom and make that easy. Make that easy pass, and I'm in the top 5 again. And then I'm just going to follow the inside. I got a huge ass run. I'm up to 4th, and then we're going to be underneath. And then I just get pounded for no fucking reason. As J Miller's going to flip, people are just slam into me. Why don't you? Just get slammed, and then D's boom just finishes me off for no fucking reason. And now we go from 3rd place to 17th. Talk about a dose of reality. And that just sucks. Because, kind of like what he did in stage 2, he didn't see me. He didn't give me enough room, made me go in the grass. And I'm sure everyone watching this video knows if you go in the grass, you ain't holding it straight. And, I mean, all of that could have been avoided if the dumbass would have given me like a half a lane to a lane, but it's whatever. Well, just like Daytona. We'll buy ourselves in the back after a crash. We are gaining on Trilogy and D's nuts, however. And that's cool, but I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think? Top out in the comments, what do you think about that crash? I'm going to try to speed this up and not bore y'all to death. Yeah, what do y'all think about that crash in the comments? Is it fail or foul? You decide. And we back with 5.5 laps to go. We have caught Trilogy. And at this point, I'm just hoping not to finish the last truck that's still running. As you can see, Rebel and Matt's just said forget it. As we're coming to 5 laps to go. I've caught Trilogy. And then I just tried it. I mean, he just He gets really tight. He doesn't hit the wall, but he loses all of his momentum. And that's just straight cash for P16. Again, all because he got too tight in the middle of 1 and 2. And I just got around him. I will say, even after all that's happened, I thought we had a pretty good truck. The speed was there. I was learning how to use the truck. You saw just in turn one, I was checking on my tires. I think I did a pretty good job managing that, considering you can't make any pit stops, and sometimes it can come down to who has the best stuff. And I think I did a pretty good job with that. As we're just flying, I feel like I'm flying through this pack, or the back half of the pack. As we're catching D's right here for P15, I don't know if we're going to get to him in time, but him hitting the wall and losing all of his momentum was a huge boost to us, as it's now going to be down to 6/10 as we're coming to 2 laps to go. Now it's 5/10 as he clips the grass, and all of a sudden he has caught us. I know we have caught him, and all of a sudden this pass is very reasonable, as he just gave me the bottom. He doesn't give me much space to make the pass. As we do make contact, I almost get put in the grass, as we got 1 up to go by Sunoco, hashtag cheap plug. He didn't give me much. I almost got put in the grass, but we make it work. And then Dees just tries to make a power move on the outside, but meets the wall, kills the wall, and that kills his chances for 15th. So coming off turn 3, coming to this checkered flag, we're going to finish 15th. That's not what we wanted at all, especially after the 14th at Daytona. And if like I told you in the open, you have to get points. It's like the old 1990s, 80s, 70s, 60s format, where it's the most points at the end of the seat. It's where the most points get you in the chase, not all the wins and all that skedaddle, as Justin does win the race. Congrats to him and DJ Craze for P2 and Sharp P3. But I felt like we could have been up there if that incident wouldn't have happened. Again, you decide fair or foul. But that's pretty much going to do it. The next race is Kansas on Monday. Hopefully we'll be able to make it to the track. Hopefully Horizon comes on board again. Maybe our budget gets increased. I don't know. We'll see you then, though.